Watch this video within the next 24 hours because big volatility is inevitable. On top of that, it is very obvious what is about to happen next with the Bitcoin price. Bitcoin history is exactly being repeated. We are about to see this rate cut with a 99% probability, so we'll need to talk about that exactly and much more in today's update video. This is definitely one you do not want to miss because a lot of volatility is going to be incoming. We'll talk about that, we'll talk about Ethereum and about our altcoins and many more things. So as always, let's get started with a shorter time frame. And in a shorter time frame, of course, obviously, Bitcoin has been moving to the downside. We've been breaking this range to the downside, and arguably we are seeing a liquidity grab to the downside right now, just like we have seen a liquidity grab from the top side right over here. Now, in that shorter time frame, Bitcoin is trying to be breaking back inside of this range. If we're going to be having a look into this chart on the 4-hour time frame, we can see an inverse head and shoulders pattern starting to be created with a left shoulder over here, with the head over here, and the right shoulder right over here, still having that neckline level of resistance coming from that range over here. And this is going to be the most important level for Bitcoin to break above. And I will say that if Bitcoin can be breaking above this level again, well then definitely we are going to be coming back inside of our range, and then we have a confirmed liquidity grab below, and then I definitely do think we can be tagging the top side of the range very quickly again. So this is going to be a crucial moment for Bitcoin, whether we can break above this level of resistance over here or not. If we can break above it, get ready for some massive bullish price action. If we cannot break above it, well then still we do have this break to the downside and we should still be slightly cautious. However, I do want to be saying I do think the break to the upside is going to be the more probable scenario and will be more likely because the charts and the setups which we are currently getting in the Bitcoin price action are absolutely mind-blowing. Everything is pointing and aligning into the same direction. And if we're going to be having a look into this chart, we are getting a beautiful falling wedge breakout to the upside now. This is already suggesting that more likely we are about to see a further continuation to the upside and a further break to the upside. On top of that, we have been seeing a perfect liquidity grab below that previous low, obviously, retesting that previous resistance into support right over here. And right now we are bouncing off it. So this is also looking extremely good. However, we are getting even more bullish signals. But before going over that, I need to talk about this fact because today some huge volatility is going to be inevitable. First of all, we will get non-farm payrolls, but more importantly, we will get the unemployment rate, which is going to be very important for the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency prices. And I do think that depending on this data, we can actually see a breakout to the upside right here today, or we will still just get another rejection. It all just depends on the data that we're going to be getting today. So definitely do be prepared for some huge volatility because this data that we will get today can spiral and catalyst into a very big move. So be prepared for this volatility today. Make sure to follow me for this on X because over on X, I'm always one of the quickest guys on X to be sharing this data and bringing this data to you guys. So follow me over on X, turn on your notifications, and then you're always one of the quickest to get this data. Now, why this data will be so important is basically because of the rate cut probabilities. It might still be getting adjusted based on this data we are going to be getting, but now there's a 99.3% probability that we're going to be seeing these rate cuts. Like I've been saying, it's going to be extremely likely that we're going to be seeing these rate cuts in September. Right now, obviously, it is 99% probability, so it's almost certain already. And just like we have seen during the last year in 2024, in September exactly, we've also seen a rate cut cut, and during that period we have just seen some sideways consolidation, and after that sideways consolidation we have seen a big push to the upside in the end of the year. So right now we are seeing something very, very similar. On top of that, the stock market and the gold price are also showing some very good similarities. We'll need to talk about that in a second because this is insane. But before going over that, yeah, the probabilities are going to be much higher that we're going to be seeing another leg to the upside for Bitcoin going to be getting initiated. On top of that, we are seeing that September trap, which in my opinion is just being left translated. I already do think the bottom is in, or at least very close to be in. I do think that we are about to see another parabolic leg to the upside in this last part of the cycle. On top of that, we have seen a shakeout from the consolidation right before the real breakout, like we can always be seeing for Bitcoin. On top of that, we do have that CME gap still sitting above us, making me feel extremely bullish. 90% of these CME gaps tend to be getting filled fairly quickly. So this one, again, I do think will be getting filled. On top of that, we are still in this parabolic trend for this cycle, and we are just touching that level of support at this moment. So I am going to be expecting a bounce from of this level and a further continuation. But the insane thing that I want to talk about in today's update video is that the price action from last year in September is exactly being repeated now. And last year, we have also gotten this rate cut, and right now, this year in September, we are also about to get the rate cut. Now, during the last year, well, the stock market price action and the gold price action were both moving very heavily to the upside, hitting new all-time highs after new all-time highs, while Bitcoin was just lagging behind, moving sideways, doing pretty much nothing, while at the same time we have had that rate cut in September. And yeah, Bitcoin was seeing a big divergence from the stock market price action and from the gold price action. Right now we are seeing the same exact thing being repeated because the stock market and the gold price are both reaching new all-time highs almost every other day. And on top of that, well, Bitcoin is just moving to the downside, moving sideways inside of this range over here, while again we are about to see a rate cut, while again the global liquidity is moving to the upside, like you can see this correlation over here, also the correlation with gold. And yeah, we are just seeing this history exactly being repeated. I do think that Bitcoin anytime soon will be catching up with the gold price action, with the stock market price action, and might even be overshooting the current price action, like we could also be seeing at the end of September right over here in Q4. I think we are about to enter a very bullish Q4 for Bitcoin, for crypto, because of this fact. So that is why I want to be accumulating right now at this current moment. I'm still going to be awaiting more bullish price action right over here. So I do not want to be fading this. Most people are going to be missing this. But like I've been sharing in my private Telegram community, like I've been sharing on my YouTube channel, I'm going to be accumulating now. I'm going to be entering these positions now. And I'm going to be anticipating and preparing myself for this next move. Do not enter these positions when it's too late, but enter these positions when it's still time to accumulate, to prepare yourself for that next Bitcoin move that will come. Right now is going to be the time to prepare yourself, not when it's already too late, not when the move has already happened. The time to prepare yourself is before the move is about to happen, and I think that time is now. So make sure to check out all of the links down below for my Platinum group to stay up to date about exactly what I'm doing in real time in the market. On top of that, also claim a free 10k Ethereum trade with this link down below, and yeah, then you can be benefiting from this current market volatility. Now, having a look into Ethereum, Ethereum is beautifully still getting rejected by the previous level of all-time high right over here, and it is just consolidating in between these two massive levels, the 4k previous resistance turning into support, and the previous all-time high, just seeing a perfect consolidation right over here. And it is still looking great because we're still getting supported by this level of support right over here, and I will still be bullish on Ethereum as long as we can still hold above this level of support. I do still think that this is just going to be a waiting game until eventually Ethereum is going to be seeing the next leg to the upside. When are we going to be seeing that? Well, in my opinion, when Bitcoin will be bouncing back to the upside and will be filling up this divergence over here. So it is just going to be a waiting game over here for Ethereum. Now, and the interesting fact is that In the past, everybody has been talking about this exit queue for Ethereum and has been spreading a lot of FUD on Ethereum because of this exit queue. But right now, the entry queue for Ethereum staking is mind-blowing. It's catching up with the exit queue again. And if we're going to be having a look into the relative inflows, we're still seeing inflows in the staking queue, because before this exit queue was spiking, we have also seen a big entry queue. Yeah, right now we are just seeing a lot of Ethereum accumulation by these big whales, by the smart people, by the big players. So that is why I'm accumulating Ethereum myself as well right now. ETH-BTC is looking extremely bullish, sitting at this massive level of previous resistance, turning into support right now, and I do expect that we will come out even stronger and we're going to be seeing another bounce back to the upside, because yeah, I do think this massive trend to the downside will be getting reversed back to the upside with this big markup phase. Going from overbought into oversold right now, going back into overbought again in the coming period. Anyways, guys, if you have signed up with my link, with my WeX link down below, and if you have joined my Platinum group, well, you can claim or you can win an Apple Watch drawn to my community. If you're in my private Telegram community, you can check out this link over here, and then you can enter the giveaway if you have signed up through my link and are in my community. We are going to be giving away this Apple Watch to my community, and this giveaway is going to be ending in 2 days. So make sure to already register yourself. You can still qualify, you can still register with this button over here. Anyways, going even further, I think in this next leg to the upside that we will see for Bitcoin, well, then altcoins are going to be exploding with the Bitcoin dominance falling to the downside. The trend for the Bitcoin dominance is still to the downside. Altcoins are seeing a lot of relative strength. Yes, maybe in a shorter time frame, on the daily time frame now, we are seeing a bit of a bounce for the Bitcoin dominance, but I do not think we should be getting worried in the slightest. I mean, people have been telling me over here to be getting worried on my altcoins. I did not. I stick to my strategy, and we're still holding my altcoins. Right over here, the same exact thing happened, and in the end of the day, well, our altcoins are still outperforming Bitcoin. So yeah, I will be sticking to my word. I will still be saying that I think right now it's going to be a great entry right over here, and I will be trading the Bitcoin dominance all the way to the downside to this level over here, which will be the big altcoin season, where I'm still preparing myself for. I'm still preparing for a big breakout for the total 3 above this level of resistance, and whenever that will happen, the total 3 will explode to $3 trillion. So make sure to prepare yourself right now already. This is going to be the target right over here, and yeah, I'm preparing myself right now for the target with these massive positions right over here. I'm accumulating right now, and if you also want to be taking advantage, make sure to be checking out the Platinum group and also this free trading opportunity you can be getting. Anyways, guys, with that being said, I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning.